Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Thessaly, Greece, and honestly, I think this is the furthest distance I've ever traveled, and I am joined here by the one and only, the Star Jammer himself, Jay Scott. Jay, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. We have got one of the most incredible nights of action in recent memory lined up for you tonight. Of course, I'll be on the card as well. Can't wait for that. But starting off, we have Eli Evans going one-on-one against John Spartacus. Of course, the backroom dealings being represented in the form of Eli Evans and his two compatriots in this match, going up against perhaps their toughest challenge yet in the Spartacus.
The opening match of the Titan Clash pre-show is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Golden Mask and Dave Graves, representing Backroom Dealings, Eli Evans.
Well, you know, Eli Evans has been very, very impressive as of late here. And honestly, the entirety of the backroom dealings have been very, very impressive since they made their way here to Nemesis from Genesis. And, you know, Jay, you have an eye for talent. What do you think about the backroom dealings?
First of all, thank you. A little appreciation for once in my damn life. But yes, I do have an eye for talent. And in fact, I think the backroom dealings is an absolutely stacked group, capped off by, I mean, all the most promising Genesis callouts we've seen in the entirety of the show's existing.
And his opponent, weighing 280 pounds, from Rome, Italy, John Spartacus.
Three-time Nemesis World Champion. That is not really somebody you want to stand across the ring from. And Eli Evans is about to feel the wrath of one man named John Spartacus in Thessaly, Greece.
And now I've just gotten my notes in order, and I would like to remind everyone that coming down to the ring now is the Spartan warrior, John Spartacus. And now he is here, and he's going to present a massive challenge for Eli Evans. This is the time, this is the true test for the backroom dealings, is all of their scheming, all of their planning, all of the tactics of Golden Mask gonna pay off when they go one-on-one against one of the premier veterans that CWL has to offer in the form of John Spartacus? Or is a Centurion Spear gonna send this whole thing crashing down around their ears?
You know, the biggest wild card of this whole situation here, if we're being honest, Jay, is the fact that Dave Graves and Dave Graves and Golden Mask, are going to be on the outside. Are they going to get involved in this matchup, or are they going to let Eli Evans have a clean match with, again, the toughest challenge they faced yet?
You know, my experience with Golden Mask is limited, but if there's one thing I can say about Dave Graves and my many years of experience, both alongside and against him, it's that when he wants to, you know, get involved in some trickery and some scheming, there is almost no one more effective. I have no doubt that if he sees the opportunity to intervene in this match, he will if he can get away with it.
And so far, we're just seeing the power of John Spartacus prevail as Eli Evans rolls to the outside, but he gets right back in. And look at that, a right hook immediately staggers John Spartacus as he gets sent into the corner. But Eli Evans now going for a beautiful fisherman suplex. And now Spartacus seems to be in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely flattening him with it. And just the absolute momentum that he was able to generate on that suplex, oh, might not matter for much longer as John Spartacus puts him down with a power slam.
You can see it here. Golden Mask is already talking trash to our beautiful people here from Greece. And, you know, Golden Mask is world traveled. He knows exactly how to speak the language of all these people here, if you will. But he's going to have to keep his eye on the action if he does want to help out Eli Evans, or maybe just offer some moral support.
I mean, and how appropriate is it that we're here in Greece, here in Thessaly, as all of the competitors from the backroom dealings are looking to make a name here on Nemesis? Oh, hold on! Oh, what a lariat sent toppling over the top rope, and it looks like John Spartacus might be the one that ascends to the top of the metaphorical Mount Olympus here in CWL, as opposed to Eli Evans, but Eli Evans right back up, slams him against the commentary desk.
You know, I'm always very impressed every single time we see John Spartacus out here because, well, this man is such, like, a huge specimen. The fact that he can move the way that he does, like when he did that springboard up inside the ring, then connected with that clothesline, that was just insane.
Tremendous athleticism from the big man, and perhaps even more impressive is Eli Evans' ability to counter him at every turn. Look at the way he was able to recover from that lariat and is now applying the pressure to John Spartacus here on the outside, under the watchful eyes of Golden Mask and Dave Graves here.
And now as Eli Evans starts connecting with those punches and those forearms again inside the ring, John Spartacus, all he needs is one big boot, and he's right back on the attack.
And I think John Spartacus might be loading up to send him off. Oh, look at that. Just a sharp right hand across the face, sending Eli Evans crashing into that barely padded concrete on the outside.
Nah, it's okay, Jade. You can stumble over your words. I know it's been a long flight, and it's been a minute since you've been here on commentary with us, so don't beat yourself up about it. As we see here, John Spartacus is just tossing Eli Evans with ease.
Oh, and look at that. The fall of Rome, smashing the face down onto the canvas. No more impactful move, almost no more impactful move than that in John Spartacus' arsenal, but Eli Evans right back up. How impressive from the newcomer.
You know, the fall of Rome is usually how John Spartacus starts signaling the end of the matchup, but Eli Evans already back on the assault. That is just telling you right there how powerful this man is himself, and he will not be daunted by a former three-time Nemesis champion as the dynamite kick connects, but John Spartacus connects with a right arm of his own.
That massive detonation kick, perhaps even detonating the skull of John Spartacus. He might need to get an MRI to check for any potential concussions after this match. But now these two up in the corner, turning Spartacus around.
And here we see Eli Evans throw John Spartacus to the outside. What has he got in mind here? As he's got Dave Graves and Golden Masters moving out of the way. Eli Evans going through the middle rope and going for the tornado DDT.
How impressive was that? The strength and athleticism and the agility, all from Eli Evans. Perhaps John Spartacus will be forced to respect his disrespect, whether he likes it or not.
I am just absolutely shook by the fact that Eli Evans connected with such a maneuver, and then John Spartacus was still able to connect with a powerbomb on the outside. And look at that, you can see Dave Graves and Golden Mask just staring, trying not to get involved, because if they do, then this will be a disqualification.
Oh, and I think we all know what's happening now. John Spartacus, he's got his eyes on the prize. He's got his eyes on his target, and he looks to, oh my goodness, absolutely slice Eli Evans in half with that Centurion spear.
And I think that may be all she wrote as the referee counts to 2. And that is it. John Spartacus victorious here in Greece once again.
And a tremendous job from our referee preventing any interference from the outside. Very intelligent there, and just goes to show the quality of individual that we have officiating these matches here in CWL.
The winner of the match, John Spartacus.
You know, after an unfortunate loss at Battle Lines, we see the triumphant return of John Spartacus here against the Backroom Dealings. But now the question remains, what is going to be the Backroom Dealings' next target, and are they going to be able to overcome that target?
Very true. I would say it's been a very mixed bag for the backroom dealings coming out of the gate, although I wouldn't have said that if it wasn't for this huge loss that Eli Evans just took to John Spartacus. I mean, what a hard-fought and impressive match.
Absolutely, but we go from one backroom dealings match into another, and this is one that I am very, very excited for, because finally, for the first time since their call-up to Nemesis, we are going to see the debut of Bobby Slam.
I mean, Bobby Slam and FJA, you could not ask for more of a mismatch. The strength, the power of Slam versus the speed and agility of FJA. Which one will come out on top?
We're about to find out, and honestly, I'm just excited for the world to see what Bobby Slam is capable of. If anything that we learned from Genesis is going to carry over here to Nemesis, everybody here in Greece is in for such a treat.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing Backroom Dealings, weighing in at least 10 pounds, from Slamtown, USA, Bobby Slam!
Jay, let's be honest here. Have you ever seen anybody with the size and intimidation factor that Bobby Slam brings to the table?
I would say an extremely select few, but none of them here in CWL, and that is just the kind of, I would say, diversity of talent that Bobby Slam brings to the ring, and more importantly for him, and for Golden Mask, brings to the backroom dealings.
You know, I'm actually surprised that the backroom dealings kept this man in the back area, if you will, for one whole month. Maybe they were just getting him ready. Maybe they were just priming him to finally release him out here to the world. And maybe Thessaly, Greece was the best place to do it.
When you have an ace up your sleeve, you don't play it right away, Mr. Chairman. You wait for the right opportunity, and that is exactly what Golden Mask has done here with Bobby Slam.
Is that why I always lose in blackjack?
And his opponent, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, FJA.
You know, FJA has been a thorn at the side of the backroom dealings ever since they made their way here. He literally interrupted Golden Mask in their introduction, and then he had matches against Eli Evans, against Dave Graves, and now Bobby Slam. Honestly, FJA, if he can get some people beside him, I think he could be the one that takes the absolute war to the backroom dealings.
Look, it's very true that FJA has a lot to offer. I've faced off against him myself, and I gotta say, he is a consummate athlete and a true professional. This man may be the best shot on the Nemesis roster of stopping Bobby Slam's initial burst of momentum in its tracks. If FJA can put this man away right out of the gate, it's going to be a hard night for the backroom dealings.
You know, just even looking at FJA right now, right next to Bobby Slam, this man is half the size of that giant. What does he have to do to overcome this deficit?
Well, as he's fond of saying, don't underestimate me, and he's certainly going to give us an opportunity to see what he's really made of here against the giant.
And right off the bat, Bobby Slam just using his size to get FJ off of his feet. And now he's just twisting the neck here, trying to get a better positioning. But he just lets go with a right punch.
That knuckle shot straight to the head is very unpleasant, especially if you're in the shoes of FJA. Unpleasant for the audience to watch, but definitely worse to be on the receiving end of. But FJA managing to back Bobby Slam into the corner. How impressive.
Oh, and look at that. He used the space to deliver a clothesline that may have staggered Bobby Slam enough with that alley-oop. And now a kick to the chest. FJA being very impressive right out of the gate here.
The deceptive strength of FJA. Now look, Bobby Slam, we know he weighs at least 10 pounds, but I am going to go out on a limb and say that he weighs a significant amount more than that. A significant amount to the degree that I think it would be pretty hard for FJA to get him up for that alley-oop, but he did so regardless. Extremely impressive here.
And now we see FJA going up. Could he possibly already be going for the painkiller here? Those would be shocking if he's able to connect, but I think he's trying to measure the distance. Goes for the elbow and manages to graze the back as he starts falling.
Not just grazed the back, he planted that elbow directly into the spine of Bobby Slam. A perfect strategy if you're looking to weaken someone who has the towering power of a man like Slam. He needs all of that back strength intact to perform his huge lifting moves, not the least of which is the Bobby Slam itself.
Oh, look at that. Oh, just a beautiful power slam being delivered by Bobby Slam, as now he just starts driving the knuckles to the side of the head of FJA. And now, what do we got in mind here for Bobby Slam? Oh, it was countered into a DDT by FJA.
Just spiking the top of that masked head against the canvas, picking him back up. He definitely does not have good intentions here as he nails that Northern Lights suplex.
Beautiful form on the Northern Lights suplex. It's actually one of my favorite moves to see delivered. It's really how you can tell when somebody's trained really, really well. And FJA now is able to lift up Bobby Slam and just plants him down on the top turnbuckle. But Bobby Slam once again is able to counter that and get the jawbreaker.
Oh my goodness, did you see that over the head, belly-to-belly suplex? He could have tossed him halfway across the ring if the turnbuckle wasn't in the way.
It looks like Bobby Slam is starting to really feel it here as he just started letting out roars. And he just connects with a Kermit blow to the back. And now, just using his power to wheelbarrow FJA and plant him down face first.
The tactics of Bobby Slam, not letting FJA even get his feet under him before putting him back down again. And now, got him up on the shoulders. Oh, look at that. Welcome to Slam Town.
And here we go. Bobby Slam is setting up FJA for something huge. Has got him lifted up.
Just spiked him with that spine buster. But once again, the odds defy her. FJA able to surprise everyone by getting the shoulder up and kicking out of that pinfall.
You could hear everybody here in Thessaly, Greece counting. They thought that was going to be it.
Now picks him up. Oh, look at that. Hooks over. Bounces off the ropes, and he comes around with the tiger feint kick, planting him square on the mouth.
And we know that he usually follows this up with the painkiller, as now, once again, he opts to go for the elbow, but Bobby Slam moves out of the way. And now Bobby Slam, he's got FJA in his shoulders, and now with a lot of height, just lets him fall on the top turnbuckle.
Speed of FJA getting out of the way of that boot. Unfortunately, I was going to say he's not fast enough to dodge that fist, but he certainly was and delivered one back of his own. Up to the top rope is FJA.
FJA now trying to measure the distance here. Going for a Hurricane Run, I believe, but Bobby Slam moves out of the way. And now Bobby Slam picks him back up, sends him back inside the ring. This is Bobby Slam's opportunity.
Either Hurricane Run or perhaps even a seated senton. No matter what he was going for, Bobby Slam was able to get out of the way and follows up the weight, all of Bobby Slam's weight crushing onto the elbow and wrist of FJA. That is going to make it very difficult for him to lock in that Odd Slayer and put Bobby Slam down for the 3 count. Extremely intelligent offense from the big man.
Oh, and now FJA using the ring to his advantage. Very, very smart movement here by the former #1 contender for the Nemesis Championship. And a short distance painkiller. Is that going to be enough? Normally he goes from high in the sky. But is this taking a Bobby Slam? No.
Both of these men are giving it their all. FJA wants to stop the backroom dealings in its tracks, and Bobby Slam wants to continue on like the veritable steamroller he is. They are giving it everything they've got, but FJA might be able to put the final nail in the coffin with this moonsault.
We have never seen him connect with this moonsault so emphatically before, as FJA is going to send a message to the backroom dealings that they are not going to get another one on him, as the super kick is actually able to connect to Bobby Slam's chin. And now FJA, all he's got to do is go for one painkiller, maybe one tiger feint kick to set it up first, and this could be all she wrote here.
Certainly hope FJA did his stretches in order to connect with that super kick. That was extremely impressive. But even more impressive might be this. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the painkiller, but the elbow drop once more.
I'm very impressed by not only Bobby Slam here in his debut, but also the moxie of FJA to continue to fight against this giant and not giving up, just being completely relentless in his assault. And it looked like Bobby Slam almost won the matchup. That was like 2.5 right there.
You know what I'm impressed by? I'm impressed that FJA's head is still attached to his shoulders after taking that lariat from Bobby Slam.
This has been an absolute showcase for both of these men here.
Absolutely. And now, just got the arm across the face, digging the meat of the forearm, the bone, right into the jaw and the chin of Bobby Slam. Extremely painful to be on the receiving end of that, I know firsthand. And climbing up to the top rope again. Is he going to go for another attempt at that elbow drop? Or, no, he gets it, the painkiller.
I think that's going to be all. That's going to be it right there, Jay. There is no more fight left in Bobby Slam, but he's got... What?
I mean, I'm at a loss for words, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised considering the power, the strength of Bobby Slam, and now we know the endurance. But FJA, he's still got more in the tank, turns it around. Look at that cross body off the ropes.
I am absolutely just amazed. Now it looks like FJA is telling the referee to check on Bobby because he thought he might have been hurt. He thought he might have been knocked out, but the referee does not wave it off. Once again, FJA going to go high, misses with the elbow, and now Bobby Slam flips over FJA with those punches back and forth, back and forth. I think we're about to see a fall away slam, but no, FJA is able to counter. Got him in a precarious position here, and FJA managed to launch Bobby over the shoulder.
Beautiful front headlock suplex there. Tosses him into the ropes. Oh, and just connects with that kick squarely on the chest. I gotta say, how many times is FJA gonna go for that elbow drop? How many times is Bobby Slam gonna avoid it until one of them gives in? Another painkiller!
The second painkiller right there. And if Bobby Slam kicks out of this, I don't know what it's gonna take. But finally, FJA is able to put away Bobby Slam, but not without some serious work.
Absolutely. The Giant's momentum, his feet have been taken out from under him at the first hurdle, and FJA reigns supreme here at Titan Clash.
The winner of the match, FJA.
Congratulations go to FJA here as he picks up another victory over the backroom dealings. And now you've got to wonder, what are they thinking? Who is going to be next to go against FJA?
Well, of course, in the Supremacy Cup, these women have a lot on their minds, most important of which is who they're going up against next, as you just mentioned about that previous match. But Holly Queen and Quinn Edwards are perhaps two of the most pivotal women on the Nemesis side. Holly Queen has been racking up a ton of momentum, and Quinn Edwards, on the other hand, has been suffering loss after loss. Will this be her opportunity to catch up to the Queen?
You know, mathematically, if Quinn Edwards does lose this matchup, it means that she is eliminated from the Supremacy Cup. So everything is on the line for Quinn Edwards here.
The following match is set for one fall and is part of the Supremacy Cup. Introducing first, weighing in at 140 pounds, from Pearl River, Mississippi, Holly Queen.
The former Nemesis Women's Champion, two-time Nemesis Women's Champion, trying to regain that crown. And, well, you know, she is the one that did defeat Kel Valen in that historic reign. She is looking to win the Supremacy Cup a second time, but Quinn Edwards stands in her way.
And her opponent, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, Quinn Edwards.
Well, here she comes, Quinn Edwards, making her way to the ring right now. And, well, Quinn Edwards is the woman that defeated the woman who defeated Harley Quinn. So if you follow that logic, I believe that Quinn Edwards does have a chance against Harley Quinn here. And quite frankly, if she wants to prove that this is not a fluke, then, you know, this is going to be her chance to do it right here.
She absolutely has the work cut out for her. But look, if anyone can do it, I want to say Quinn Edwards can. She has, I think, in moments where she has been underestimated, really pulled out all the stops and gotten those surprise victories. This may be another one of those opportunities.
Well, here we go as both women are in each corner. We've got 15 minutes on the clock. And now Quinn Edwards starts first with a drop kick, immediately bringing all the force that she can because she knows that the time is working against her and she has to win this matchup. And now here we see Quinn Edwards catching Harley Quinn as she bounces off the ropes. And now Harley Quinn just able to do a double leg takedown and just dropping the punches onto Quinn Edwards. As Quinn Edwards, very smart to roll out. Only 30 seconds have expired here, but already the action has been really, really fast. Edwards able to catch the punch right there from Harley Quinn, as now Quinn Edwards going for the suplex, going right into the pinfall. Oh, but a kick out right before the one. That just goes to show how good Harley Quinn is and how much stamina she has to not only have already won 2 matches, but go into the third one trying to still win against the woman that defeated the champion at the time.
Slamming the shoulder into the post there. Grabs her, caught with the elbow. Harley Quinn dives back in. Quinn Edwards follows. Boot to the stomach. She's going to have to do better than that if she wants to get a victory here. Dropping her down to the mat and wrenching on the arm.
And now here we see Harley Quinn in full control of the matchup. This is where she likes to be. Harley Quinn does really, really well when she is in control. She can control the pace. She can fight you in the match that she wants to fight. Whenever she's taken out of her element is whenever we see her really start to struggle a little bit. That is what Marilyn Benson did best against Harley Quinn.
And now picks her up, sweeps the leg. Boot to the midsection. Oh, and just stomping on the back of the elbow.
Oh, now we see right here, it looks like Quinn Edwards wants to go for an armbar, but we know that Harley Quinn knows how to get out of almost every submission. Right there, she rolls through and connects with the punches for Quinn Edwards to let her go.
Looks like Quinn Edwards is going for a little bit of arm-based offense of her own. Not sure if that's the way to go against someone like, oh my goodness, Harley Quinn, who has the royal stretch locked in, wrenching back on the arm, putting so much pressure on the elbow and the shoulder. Will she be able to maintain this? Oh, and just nails her with that drop toe hold.
For a second, I actually thought that Quinn Edwards was going to tap out. She was in the royal stretch for such a long time. You know that she is not feeling okay right now, and a lot of damage has been done, but hold on!
The Queen's crown picked up and put down. Is this it? So early in the match, and Harley Quinn is your winner, advancing once again, scoring another point, another 2 points on her record.
Who is going to stop Harley Quinn?
The winner of the match, Harley Quinn.
Well, congratulations go to Harley
You know what,
Quinn.
Mr. Chairman? Just hold on 1 second. You know, I'm competing on the main card, and I just want to tell, first of all, you that I'm going to go right to the backstage area right now because I don't want to commentate this whole card and then finally get to my match. No, I'm coming right out of the gate. Those tag titles are going to be on the line in the first match of the night, and I'm going backstage right now. Goodbye.
Some say a clash of the Titans is a sight to behold. Sometimes those Titans are ideals and thoughts, and we see the different school of thoughts clash. Sometimes it's all about pride and your place in the standings. A women's champion, who has effectively already cleared her division, will now rise up again to see if she can do it a second time. A man filled with mystery and rage will try to unleash his inner beast. But will this be a mistake made by the Fatal Vices? The Starjammer, allegedly undefeated, finally chases gold. But who has Jacob Nitro found to be his tag team partner, with the sudden departure of his former champion equal? After brutal assaults, the monster of Nemesis finally attempts to claim a prize he's sought after all year, when he faces off against the unstoppable Twitch champion. And lastly, with only 4 weeks to go until Supremacy, which woman will walk out with one of the most prestigious 2 points in their entire bracket? We are live from Thessaly, Greece. This is Titan Clash!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here in Thessaly, Greece. And you know, you guys just saw the pre-show. You heard Jay Scott himself. He's actually in the back right now getting ready because that match was supposed to happen later. But now it's at the beginning of the show. And let me just tell you, this table feels really nice for the fact that I'm not sharing it with somebody that's taking over 70% of it. But Starjammer LLC has the chance of a lifetime here right now because they are going to take on Anarchy Inc. for the Tag Team Championships. Now, normally this was supposed to be Jacob Nitro and his original partner, but his original partner is no longer here. So now the question is, who did he pick to be his new tag team partner? And are they going to be able to pull the same weight that their other partner did? We're about to find out. The fans here in Greece are ready. I'm ready. And let's get to the action.
The opening match of Titan Clash is set for one fall and is for the Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers at a combined weight of 436 pounds, Jay Scott, Rodrigo Da Geisio, Starjammer LLC.
Well, here they come, Starjammer LLC, the allegedly undefeated tag team of the CWL. They have come up with all the excuses possible to make sure that they are still, again, quote-unquote undefeated. But to say that they are not a successful tag team would just be incredibly short-sighted. They are talented. They definitely deserve to have this shot. But now, the question again is, who did Jacob Nitro pick as his partner? And are they going to be able to be enough to overcome Starjammer LLC? Or are we going to see new tag team champions?
And your champions, from Rahway, New Jersey, one half of your tag team champions, Jacob Nitro.
Well, I guess Jacob Nitro is going to keep us in suspense just a little bit longer. Now, after the unfortunate incident with his former tag team partner that made his departure from the CWL, you know, Jacob Nitro was left in a very, very tight spot. He had probably one of the most memorable tag team reigns of this entire year, if you will, maybe of the entire company. And now here he is standing on his own, and we're just now waiting for whoever is going to be Nitro's partner. Now, is it going to be somebody from Genesis? Is it going to be somebody from Nemesis that he's already been partnered with before? You know, the anxiety in me is rising, but only because I'm so excited to see who it's going to be and if they're going to be able to mesh well as a team. Now, to come in here and to go into a fourth title defense, you know, he already earned the rematch. So if he loses, are we going to see them attempt it again against Starjammer LLC? Or are they going to just let the next team come by? I'm not even entirely sure how that contract would entirely work. I would have to talk to Tommy Hazard about that. And, you know, we would get it all figured out. But that's going to be in the future. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited for this matchup. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to find out who Jacob Nitro picked.
Weighing 208 pounds, from Dallas, Texas, Brad!
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian has been chosen as Jacob Nitro's tag team partner. And you see him right there walking out with the championship. This is actually something I didn't even think about. This is genius by Jacob Nitro. These two were former disciples before the group disintegrated at Endgame 3 just a few months ago. You know, Jacob Nitro may have actually just pulled a fast one on Jay Scott, and this is going to be an exciting contest between these two very formidable tag teams. As you can see, Brian just holding up the championship up high. He is very proud to be Jacob Nitro's partner, and everybody here in Greece is about to get a very, very exciting contest as all the men are starting to getting inside the ring. And here we go. This is gonna be good. We can see here, I guess, the new Anarchy Inc., if you will, handing off the tag team championships to our referee here. He holds them up high. And look at Del Geisel's face. He is ready for this matchup. He knows what it takes to win a big-time matchup like this. The bell has rung, and Jacob Nitro immediately connects with a leg whip there to try and take the momentum right off the gate. But Del Geisel connects with the shoulder instead. And now we see Del Geisel working. This is exactly what Del Geisel's good at with his MMA background, going for the rings of Saturn. If you go grapple for grapple with Del Geiso, you're not going to win that match. And now as Del Geiso tried to take Jacob Nitro to the bottom part of the ring, it looked like Nitro was actually connecting with the elbows to let himself loose. As now Nitro is employing the same kind of offense here. Misses with that super kick as Del Geiso grabs the arm, but Nitro meets him with a forearm, or I think an elbow actually, to the jaw. Oh, and Nitro just plants down Del Geiso with a driver there, as Nitro now pulls him closer to Brian, possibly going to be the first tag of the matchup here, as now Brian, the big question mark of this matchup, comes to the ring. And Brian just recently picked up a very impressive win over Connor Gates. Connor Gates being the former Nemesis World Champion, where he lost the title at Battle Lines. So you know that that's actually a very impressive win as of late. And now he's here in a championship match of his own. Del Geiso now sends Brian to the corner, gets a tag to Jay Scott. And now we're going to see the tag team here in action, as Jay Scott plants down Brian with that back suplex assisted by Del Geiso. But Brian with a jawbreaker. Oh, and he connects with the knee. That's how he took out Connor Gates. Is this how he's going to take out Jay Scott? But no, Jay Scott able to reverse it with a jawbreaker of his own, and then a Hurricane Rana. And now Jay Scott, it looks like he's starting to get the momentum back onto Starjammer LLC's side as he sends Brian up, but Brian connecting with those punches, making sure that he doesn't get slammed down with that power bomb. But Jay Scott goes for the belly-to-belly suplex instead. And now the famouser from Brian. These two teams are just going completely at it right off the bat, as it looks like Brian just tried to kick the head off of Jay Scott. And now, since he's not going against Del Gaiso, Brian now going hold for hold with Jay Scott here. Got him in a very precarious position with the Rings of Saturn, but Jay Scott able to eke his way out of it and now connect with those elbows that make Brian release him from the very devastating hold. And now as Jay Scott gets Brian back up to his feet, you can see Brian is staggered just a little bit, as now it looked like Jay Scott was possibly going to try and go for a tag, but Brian counters and now sends him to his friendly corner. And Jay Scott just lifts up the elbow that is able to stagger Brian, but Brian is able to not only evade that sweep, but he taunts Jay Scott with a little finger whack there. But hold on 1 second. What does Jay Scott have planned here? He's got Brian up, but he just plants him down on the apron. This is the part where Jacob Nitro needs to help out his tag team partner if he wants to retain those tag team championships. Now we can hear the referee counting. We're up to a count of 4. These men have up to the count of 20 to try and get back into the ring. But Jay Scott has to be very careful as Jay Scott just plants down Brian right here at the announce table. I'm pretty sure I just heard Brian's back of the head hit the table. And now it looks like Jay Scott knows that he's done the damage as he slides Brian back in the ring, as he looks up at Nitro, just taunting him as well, because this whole thing has been so much about Jay Scott and Jacob Nitro themselves that you can tell Jacob Nitro just wants a piece of Jay Scott here. And now Jay Scott is in trouble as Nitro gets back up, and look at that, the Hurricane Rana. The referee continues to count, but I think we're up to the count of 6 now after the count was restarted when Brian got sent inside the ring. Jay Scott needs to be careful here, because if they get to the count of 20, they can't win the championships that way. They have to go inside, and they have to get a pinfall or a submission. A countout will do nothing other than add a win to your record book, but no championships. The sweep was attempted again, but Brian was able to actually jump over from again, and Brian needs to go on the attack. He can't get cocky and continue to just taunt Jay Scott after stuff like that. Now Jay Scott sends Brian over to the corner, gets tagged in. Del Gaiso is now in. And look at this, the face breaker. Starjammer LLC could actually just be about to win the tag team championships. Is that going to be it? But Jacob Nitro was able to break that up. The Moneymaker, as we know that it's called, was almost ended the matchup there. And what a big slap to the face if Brian is the one that is the one that loses the championships. But after that super kick, Brian almost got the pinfall victory there, but Jay Scott managed to get in and break it up. Both of these teams, the men on the outside, know how much it means to win this matchup, and they are not going to let anything go. They trust their partners, but they have to assure themselves that they're not going to lose the matchup. Brian is getting all kinds of fired up here as he's now going up to the top rope. We don't see Brian go up top that much. And look at that! A beautiful frog splash with all the force behind it. Connects to the midsection of Rodrigo Del Gaiso, the almost lifeless body now. As Brian continues the assault, I think he could have gone for the pinfall there, but he wants to ensure that all the damage is done because Jay Scott can still come in and break up the pinfall. And now Bryan connecting with all sorts of maneuvers there. But I think I know what's coming next. Usually when we see him go to the corner, he goes for the Claymore kick, but instead opting to go for something different here. Maybe perhaps thinking it twice, because this is not a singles match. This is a tag team match. And, you know, they have to consider all other factors. As now Bryan once again just twisting the entire body of Rodrigo, almost like a pretzel, as he drives the knees to the lower back. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I said it was going to happen before, but I think it's finally time for the Claymore from the corner. But no, Del Gaiso is able to move out of the way. Oh, but he connects with Eat the Feet. And now Bryan, it looked like he was thinking of a tag here. And there it is. He does tag in Jacob Nitro. And Del Gaiso is able to get into Starjammer. And now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This whole thing has revolved around these two men. And now they're finally meeting here in Greece for the Tag Team Championships. As Jacob Nitro manages to connect with the kick. And this is Jacob Nitro's opportunity to get all the momentum back to his side. And possibly retain those Tag Team Championships for Anarchy Inc. The brand new Anarchy Inc. Nitro, though, manages to get off of the shoulders of Jay Scott, connects with an Enziguri, and he's setting him up here possibly for the Burnout DDT. This is how he's won a lot of matches in the past, and look at that, he's got it locked in. The Burnout DDT connects. Jay Scott in a lot of trouble. Del Gaiso is not in the corner. If Jay Scott doesn't kick out here, this is it for Starjammer, but no! Jay Scott is able to keep the dream alive for Starjammer, if even for just a little bit longer. And now Jay Scott connects with a beautiful moonsault in the middle of the ring, as he's able to recover pretty well from that Burnout DDT, and possibly setting him up for Victory Road. This is how Jay Scott took out Nitro before, but Jacob Nitro saw it coming this time, able to connect with a kick to the knee, or rather a knee to the stomach, I'm sorry. And now Nitro setting up Jay Scott in the corner, but the elbow was able to do enough damage, in that belly-to-belly overhead suplex. As now Jay Scott gets Jacob Nitro with a gut wrench. Look at the power here, as he's able to just twist him inside out. Jay Scott once again sends Jacob Nitro to the corner. Now we see the teamwork by both men as the Starjammer connects. And this could be it, too. But no, Jacob Nitro kicks out before the 3. And once again, Anarchy Inc. is still the champions for now, as Bryan has now been incapacitated by Rodrigo Del Gaiso. And Jay Scott, this could be the last opportunity as he gets all the momentum back. And now Jay Scott, this could be the last-ditch effort for Starjammer. The Starjammer LLC compadres, I guess, that's a good word for it. And look at Del Gaiso. It looks like he wants to get tagged in. But Nitro still able to outmaneuver Jay Scott at every turn. Oh, and a mule kick connects out of nowhere. These two teams are just bringing the absolute best out of each other. And everybody here in Greece is on their feet right now, as Nitro launches himself up from the top rope, connects with a leg drop. And now it looks like Nitro could be setting up Jay Scott here for another Burnout DDT. He's got him locked in, and he plants him down as Bryan gets back on the apron. Now he can stop Rodrigo, and is this going to be it? 1, 2, but no, Rodrigo Del Gaiso is able to break it up. And now Jacob Nitro has possibly eliminated Del Gaiso there. Jay Scott is on his own. This is going to be gut check time. Jacob Nitro is just staring at the body of Jay Scott here, as Jay Scott slowly gets back up to his feet. Nitro connects with an Enziguri that once again puts Jay Scott down. And it looks like Jacob Nitro is just savoring this moment. Jacob Nitro now lets Jay Scott get back up to his feet once again. And for a third time, we are seeing the burnout DDT connect. And is this going to be it? Jacob Nitro with a pinfall. 2. Del Gaiso came in, but it doesn't matter because Jay Scott was still able to kick out before the 3. What is it going to take? What is it going to take for Anarchy Inc. to be able to put away Starjammer LLC? Jay Scott now able to get the belly-to-belly overhead suplex. And ladies and gentlemen, I am just beside myself right now because these two teams, like I said, have brought out the best out of each other. And it looks like we're going to see it one more time. The Moneymaker connects to Jacob Nitro. Rodrigo Del Gaiso now goes for the pinfall. And is this going to be it? The referee's right there. Jay Scott could not get to Brian in time. And now a spine buster connects that Brian rolls through again. And now Del Gaiso, what has he got in mind here? He goes for the good night, senor. Is this going to be it? Jacob Nitro does not say adios. He does not say adios. And Jacob Nitro gets right back up to his feet. But you can see that he's just a little groggy. And that may have done the damage. As Del Gaiso is now all kinds of fired up here. Jacob Nitro, what? He just pulled out a Spanish Fly. I've never seen him do something like that before. And now he's going to go for the Nitro Boost. The Nitro Boost connects. Jacob Nitro, this could be it. But Jay Scott or Rodrigo Del Gaiso kicked out. I don't even know what happened there. But the fact of the matter is that this match continues. I am just at a loss for words here. I don't know what it's going to take for either team to lose this matchup as the second adios connects from Rodrigo Del Gaiso to Jacob Nitro but Brian was able to still break up the pinfall. Jay Scott could not get in on time, and Rodrigo Del Gaiso once again taunting to the crowd as Starjammer LLC has just been in absolute control of this matchup over possibly the last 5 minutes. And Jacob Nitro needs to tag out of this matchup. He has taken so much damage. He needs to get Brian in here, and he needs to let him be able to recover. Because the more damage that Jacob Nitro takes, the less likely that the new Anarchy Inc. is going to be able to retain the championships. And here we go. Brian is now in, but he's immediately met by a German suplex. And now Rodrigo Del Gaiso going for the armbar, and he's going for the leg as well. This is a very, very bad spot for Brian to be in. If he taps, Anarchy Inc. have lost their tag team championships, but Brian was able to get out of it. And a Claymore out of nowhere. Brian, this is opportunity. But as he goes up, Rodrigo Del Gaiso was trying to cut him off with an enziguri, but now Brian was trying to go for a DDT off the top rope, but the leg, he gets caught, the dragon screw. And now Brian, this is what he needs to do something here. And now, one adios later, could this be the final shot that nets Starjammer LLC the tag team championships? No. And now, Del Gaiso going after the arm of Brian. We saw Jay Scott get back up, to the apron, but I don't know how much damage has been done to him as Bryan is trying to come back, going for a multitude of strikes here. Finally gets the sweep on Rodrigo Del Gaiso with a few setup punches and kicks beforehand. As now Bryan grabs the arm. He's just damaging the back. And honestly, as we once again just see the cavalcade of moves here being delivered by Bryan, what is it going to take for one of these teams to go down? You can see the exhaustion right here from Jacob Nitro as he's just hunching over the top rope. The Claymore kick connects, and is that going to be it for Anarchy Inc. to retain their championships? Going for the pinfall on Del Gaiso. Jacob Nitro cuts off Jay Scott, but Del Gaiso, right before the 3, is able to get out of it, but Bryan is able to turn it into a Rings of Saturn, and this could be all she wrote if Del Gaiso taps. Anarchy Inc. retain their championships. Is this going to be it? If Del Gaiso taps, this is it, but he's trying to hold on, and he is able to get one last ounce of power out and connects with the elbows to Bryan. No sight of Jay Scott on the other corner. The momentum has completely shifted towards Anarchy Inc., and this is their opportunity. Del Gaiso ducks the clothesline. Bryan catches the punch, delivers a forearm of his own, as he now sends Del Gaiso over to the outside. On the other side of the ring, we see Jay Scott kind of staggered on the top portion of your screen, as Bryan now sends Del Gaiso back in. I guess he changed his mind. Oh, what? What did we just see from Bryan? A Canadian Destroyer from Bryan, now going up to the top rope. Is this gonna be it? The frog splash with everything he had. He just drove the entire air out of Del Gaiso's lungs, but that's still not enough. I don't know how much more of this I can take, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know how much more of this I can take from these two. As now Del Gaiso going for the Russian leg sweep. He is going to get him into baptism. This is going to be deadly. And that is it. Bryan has tapped out. And Del Gaiso and Jay Scott are the new tag team champions.
The winners of the match and your new tag team champions, Jay Scott, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, Starjammer LLC.
And now the allegedly undefeated tag team are now the official CWL tag team champions. And what an absolute fight that was between Starjammer and Anarchy Inc. I have no idea how anybody else is going to be able to top that. But, oh boy, here you go.
Hey! Move over. I'm a tag team champion, baby. I told you we were going to do it. We wrestled a clean match. We overcame the odds, overcame the cheating of our opponents, and now I sit before you draped in gold. But I'm going to take all those emotions, I'm going to put them in a tiny box, I'm going to push them down inside me and save them until I have access to Twitter, and I'm going to focus on the card ahead of me because, you know what? You're welcome. Up next, we have Alexander versus Drake Harrison. These men have been coming after each other for weeks now, and now we'll finally get to see them clash.
Introducing first, weighing in at 245 pounds, from New York City, Alexander.
Well, here he comes, formerly General Nemesis. He is using science to disprove the fact that Drake Harrison may or may not be a dinosaur. And, well, if you ask me, that's just bogus.
Well, look, I'll tell you this. He certainly seems to be very determined to prove that Drake does not have an ounce of dinosaur blood in him. But perhaps Drake will be able to disprove that theory using his dino power. But quite frankly, I think the science is going to win out here. I think the former General Nemesis, who, by the way, I still think deserves every ounce of my support, I salute you once again, is going to come out on top here.
And his opponent, weighing 225 pounds, from Detroit, Michigan, Drake Harrison.
Look at this man, so desperate to be seen as a dinosaur that, I mean, or do we even know if those are real dino scales or just some sort of maybe elaborate makeup? I think that Alexander is going to prove once and for all that this man is not just a human, but a fraud.
You know, I don't believe anything that's happening in this match. I just see two good-hearted competitors about to mix it up, and I stand where I stand, and I'm just ready to see a good match here.
You dare to call Drake Harrison a good man? This is a man who lies to children. And he has dodged that enziguri right out of the bat. Ooh, Alexander bringing him down to the mat, dropping the elbow right across the shoulder.
You know, but okay, let's break this down a little bit further. What exactly does a win here for Alexander mean?
Well, I would assume that he has all the top science, and I'm sure he's consulted with some of the best biologists, probably paleontologists and archaeologists as well. Those are science words I don't expect you to understand. And he's determined that by winning a match against Drake Harrison, he will be able to prove that he is not a dinosaur. So I expect that the scientific community will be fully in his corner if he's able to win this match.
And now for Drake Harrison, if he wins, let's put the dinosaur stuff aside. Do you think a win here puts Drake Harrison back in contention for any championships in the future? Or maybe even get him some momentum for the battle for supremacy?
I think those are both very possible. I think we know that Drake Harrison has had his eye on that Twitch title ever since he lost it to TJ Black, and so you can definitely be sure that not only will he be looking for a win tonight, but he'll also be keeping a very close eye on that match happening later in the card, that clash between Samuel Black and TJ Black for the Twitch title. But the first thing on his mind, first and foremost, is getting a win over the former General Nemesis here tonight.
And here we're seeing the former Twitch champion actually just going absolutely ham on Alexander. Alexander hasn't gotten a leg up on Drake Harrison at all, and any opportunity that he has, like currently right now, Drake Harrison has just been able to come back fairly easily.
Now, wrenching on the arm. It'll be hard for Drake Harrison to come back from that one. How is he supposed to deliver his single bound if his shoulder isn't even fully connected?
That's exactly what Alexander brought up, and that's honestly what I'm most curious about. Is the single bound even going to connect? And if it happens, then that right there proves Drake Harrison's not a dinosaur.
I mean, look, I think that Alexander would probably, he has a lot to say about the science. I don't know, I give him a lot of credit. I don't know how many paleontology textbooks he's read, but I certainly know that he's going to be trying to prove Drake Harrison wrong here. And oh my goodness, able to redirect in midair and collide with that forearm strike to the back of the head.
I think that was a little bit of pterodactyl in there, if you will.
I mean, certainly possible. I got to say, in the wild world of CWL, it's hard for me to count anything out, but Drake Harrison going for that pinfall here.
After those Tyranno bombs, it was very, very close. That really could have been it, but now Drake Harrison is probably going to be trying to set up here. And here it is. We're about to see it. Is he going to connect with a single bound? And there it is.
Knocking Alexander's teeth down his throat with that huge forearm strike.
But Alexander able to still kick out. That is one of Drake Harrison's best shots. Usually followed up maybe by a Red Wing knee. But usually the single bound is what takes out a lot of people. Now Drake Harrison knows exactly who he's up against, and Alexander's going to have to step his own game up if he's going to want to take down Drake Harrison.
Picking away, Harrison perhaps looking to lay in a little offense of his own. Alexander trying to come back. Oh, nails him with the Yorktown facebuster, one of the best moves in professional wrestling. Picks him up again. He's not finished.
And now Alexander lifts up Drake Harrison up top. And here we go. Everybody in Greece knows exactly what's about to happen, because it wouldn't be a CWL show with a little bit of the CWL special.
Both of these men took quite a tumble, but Drake Harrison, no doubt about it, got the worst of it. He went swinging all the way over the turnbuckle and slammed onto the ground, the heel of his boot just barely missing our commentary table, and the same just happened to the former General Nemesis.
Now Drake Harrison drops the elbow there. Now, do you think that the scales and possibly the possibility of him being a dinosaur add a little bit of extra weight to that elbow drop to the chest?
I think it's very possible, although, I think Tyrannosaurus Rexes, you may not be aware of this, Mr. Chairman, I totally understand, we're known for having very, very dense bone structure, so it could very well be possible that elbow drop is even more damaging than that from a traditional human.
Is it Tyrannosauruses or Tyrannosaurusi?
I'm pretty sure that however I said it was right.
Fair enough, as now Drake Harrison gets back inside the ring, and he's got Alexander in his sights, as now Drake Harrison is getting all kinds of fired up here, and this is going to be his opportunity to possibly put away Alexander. Look at that rotating neck breaker. Drake Harrison lifts up Alexander once again. He's got him up. He's going to drop him down for the Tyranno bombs. 1. Got him up for the second. 2. And the third one, 3, right there.
He's got all the tools in his arsenal. He's got the strength of a Stegosaurus, the tricks of a Triceratops, and the velocity of a Velociraptor. But it's not enough to help him get out of that Yorktown facebuster.
And I think you spoke a little bit too soon, as the second Yorktown facebuster does connect. And I think Drake Harrison there was looking for a Red Wing knee, but Alexander very smart to roll to the outside. But now he gets met with the right punch as Drake Harrison once again continues the assault right here in front of our table.
Speaking of our table, slamming him right into it, and maybe looking to introduce his head to that board. Misjudges the distance on that enziguri, but it's still not enough to keep him from... Oh, I was going to say firing back, but it looks like Alexander's the one firing back with that big right-hand strike.
Now the referee continues to count here. He's up to the count of 4. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, they got into the count of 20. But as I say that, it looks like Alexander knew what was coming. He goes inside the ring, but he gets caught by Drake Harrison. As that Drake Harrison is able to stagger him enough and connects with a knee, I think, to the side of Alexander.
Right to the side of the head, could have knocked him straight out. And speaking of knees, that was the Red Wing knee. Could have taken the teeth right down his throat, but Alexander able to kick out in the nick of time.
What is it going to take for Alexander to be taken out in this matchup here? He's already taken a single bound. He's taken a Red Wing knee. He's taken 2 Tyranno bomb sets. I'm just beside myself right now with how much Alexander's still able to stand here and keep up the fight.
That is because he is backed by the undiluted power of science. And that science will allow him to overcome Drake Harrison and score a victory here in this match, as he's got the rear camel clutch, the knee-assisted camel clutch, locked in.
It's been a very deadly maneuver here as of late, but Drake Harrison is able to get out of it. Alexander waves off the drop kick, but he gets caught with that gut kick, as now Drake Harrison's got Alexander up. Vertical suplex, possibly going in for a second one. Instead switches it over to a backdrop suplex. Beautiful change up there, change of momentum by Drake Harrison.
Now he's got him hooked up once again. Powerbomb. Once again, looking for that set, looking for the Tyranno bombs.
And a third set of Tyranno bombs. Is that going to be enough to put away Alexander too? But no, Alexander before the 3 is still able to kick out.
Oh, we know what that means. He's tapping his foot as fast as a a fast dinosaur and nails him with the Red Wing knee.
And that's going to be it for Alexander. No, it's not.
That's right, Mr. Chairman. Science prevails once again.
Is this what's going to be every single match here for us in Thessaly, Greece here?
It seems that there's something in the water here, something in the Mediterranean Sea that is giving these competitors the strength to kick out again and again, just as Drake Harrison was able to kick out of the Revolution.
That is literally Alexander's best shots, and Drake Harrison is still able to fight out of it. But the fact that Alexander has been met by 2 Red Wing knees, several Tyranno bombs, and a single bound is just, I don't know what it's gonna take to take him down.
He's got the forearm wrenched in there right across the jugular. The blood is starting to have trouble pumping to the brain of Alexander. He's starting to see spots in his vision, but he's able to muster up enough power to drive the elbows right into the gut of Drake Harrison. But Drake Harrison, too quick for him, picks him up in power slam position and just tosses him to the outside with that Tyrannosaurus strength. Sorry, I mean, other strength. He's not a dinosaur, people. Don't listen to me.
Oh, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say that, Jay. But you're right. With a Herculean effort, Drake Harrison just tossed Alexander to the outside, as now these two are just trading chops back and forth. The referee continues to count, and at this point, this is going to be just a war of attrition.
I think Alexander is examining this thing very closely. He has all the facts, all the information. In the off chance that Drake Harrison is part dinosaur, I'm sure he's studied dinosaur biology enough to give him an advantage in this match. He is prepared for everything that Drake Harrison has to offer.
And Drake Harrison connected with a dragon screw there. That kind of twisted a little bit of extra from Alexander, kind of in an ungodly way. But that gut kick seems to have staggered Alexander enough to now where Drake Harrison is using the ropes to slingshot Alexander to the center of the ring. And this is going to be his best opportunity to connect with something bigger, but instead opts to go for the pinfall. And only a 2 count once again. And you can see the exhaustion just start to pour out of both of these men.
Look, I've said it time and time again, but oh, hold on, the Destiny kick right between the eyes. Is this enough to finish off Alexander for good? Not going for the pinfall here, but as I was going to say, I've said it time and time again, but perhaps because I've been away from the desks, training for my championship match, it's been forgotten a little bit, but those early pinfalls, even if you're not going off of one of your best shots, can do so much to tire out an opponent. Very smart strategy there from Drake Harrison.
Now Drake Harrison calling Alexander to his feet once again. Alexander has to use the ropes in order to be able to do something, as now Drake Harrison looks to be just trying to target Alexander on the outside. Goes over the top and just flies out of the ring.
Hope Connie low, absolutely smashing Alexander, but able to hop out of the way of that low drop kick. Now both men back in the ring. High kick. Catches him right across the face. And the Russian leg sweep, driving all the breath out of his body. But Drake Harrison is winded. Will he be able to regain his strength enough to plant one of his signature moves right onto Alexander's jaw?
Now Drake Harrison, we never really see him go up top. He usually likes to use the springboard and the slingshots. But a swanton bomb by Drake Harrison with all of the weight of the possible dinosaur inside him. Could this finally be it? As Drake Harrison has finally defeated Alexander. But what an absolute banger of a match that was.
All right, you know what? Fine. I'll acknowledge that it's a possibility that Drake Harrison may have some dinosaur blood in him, all right? I did see him using a lot of techniques that would be traditionally associated with the ancient reptiles that once roamed our planet. But I have to say, I wonder if Alexander's convinced. I'm sure we'll find out in the coming weeks.
The winner of the match, Drake Harrison.
Drake Harrison, Rex, whatever you want to call him, he is one of the toughest competitors that you will ever find on the Nemesis brand, and Alexander just felt that literally for himself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go from one very exciting contest to hopefully another, as we're about to see two different, I guess, school of thoughts clash, as Cairo, who was supposed to be in a tag team match this past week, will now be going up against Chris Edwards, because Chris Edwards took it upon himself to basically take Cairo out in the backstage area. Now, there's going to be no excuses. This is going to be the time to put up or shut up between Cairo and Chris Edwards. Let's go ahead and take it up to the stage, and let's go for the entrances.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing Backroom Dealings, weighing 229 pounds, from New York City, Cairo.
And now Cairo making his way out to the ring. You know, we saw the entirety of Backroom Dealings not have such a good time on the pre-show, as we saw Bobby Slam and Eli Evans both get taken out, but by very good competitors. Now it's going to be Cairo's time to come up here to the grand stage and to see what he's going to be able to do against somebody like Chris Edwards. Now, Chris Edwards has had a very exciting time here on the main roster ever since his call-up from Genesis. We saw him take the fight to Connor Gates. We saw him take the fight to the Twitch champion TJ Black. We saw him take the fight to Dr. Wrestling Jr. Literally a who's who of people here on Nemesis, and now we are adding Cairo to that list.
And his opponent, Chris Edwards.
And here comes Chris Edwards, swaggering down to the ring in his traditional fashion. Of course, he's dubbed himself the Nighthawk, and he continues to earn that nickname as he shows his instincts to be sharp and his fists quick. Now, look, he's certainly going to try to make a statement here against Cairo, but the question is, will it be successful?
You know, Cairo is... I said this previously on Nemesis, but it's... I don't want to put down anybody from Backroom Dealings, but the two people who have impressed me the most have been Cairo and Eli Evans. I think those two are going to be some of the toughest competitors coming out of the entire group, just based off of a first experience, if you will. Again, that's not putting down Golden Mask, that's not putting down Dave Graves, that's not putting down Bobby Slam. They are fantastic competitors. But in our current climate of competitors, I really think Cairo and Eli Evans just stand out, me personally.
I mean, I would agree with you there. Cairo has certainly done a lot to, I would say, earn his prestige, kind of raise the profile of the Backroom Dealings, but I don't think Chris Edwards likes being upstaged. In fact, I think he's going to take this, oh, hold on, right out of the gate and give a little bit of an unpleasant treatment to Cairo with that super kick, followed up by that straightjacket suplex. One of my favorite suplex varieties, in fact. Were you aware of that, Mr. Chairman?
I was not, but that's good information to know here, as now Chris Edwards tries to connect. Oh! Cairo cuts him off with a knee to the face.
Bounces him off the ropes and immediately catches him with another one of those devastating kicks.
Now Chris Edwards, he took Connor Gates to the limit. At Global Warning, when Connor Gates finally climbed the mountain and crowned himself the Nemesis World Champion, Chris Edwards stole that moment from him and then stole the championship himself. he called himself the uncrowned champion at the time. Obviously, we saw how that ended, but we saw exactly how Chris Edwards viewed himself. I think what really drove Chris Edwards off the edge here to target Cairo is the fact that people started talking about Cairo the way that he feels we should be talking about Chris Edwards.
Well, I mean, look, one of the things that Chris Edwards prides himself on is the way he looks, and his profile will certainly be shattered if he eats too many more of those spinning heel kicks that Cairo just delivered.
As that spear connected, it seemed to take the breath out of Cairo, but Cairo was able to catch the leg and plants Chris Edwards down. And now this is going to be Cairo's opportunity. Once again, meets his knee to Chris Edwards' face.
Brutalizing the skull, the cranium of Edwards there with that knee strike, and following up again. Oh, look at that! Once again, the rear neck lock there, driving the edge of the forearm into the jugular. But Chris Edwards, intelligent and capable enough to slip out of this hold by driving the elbows right into the sternum.
Chris Edwards connects with a beautiful wheel kick there, though, as now he could be setting Cairo up for something huge here. Now, there it is! The Nightfall Protocol! Could this be it?
Looking to put Cairo away early, and is able to do it. Chris Edwards secures himself another victory here on Nemesis. Definitely bad news for Cairo, but very good for the Nighthawk himself, Chris Edwards.
I'm absolutely taken aback by the fact that Chris Edwards was able to put away Cairo with one Nightfall Protocol. And that was the kind of statement that Chris Edwards needed to make to ensure that everybody here at Nemesis knew that he was still a big deal.
The winner of the match, Chris Edwards.
And, this man and I have had our occasional social media spats in the past, but there's no denying that he is every inch a capable in-ring performer. I mean, that was a dominant performance there over Cairo, one of the fastest rising stars on all of Nemesis. Chris Edwards is reminding everyone here in the audience that he should not be taken lightly, and a championship is within his grasp at almost any time.
And speaking of championships here, Jay, I know you have your shiny new belt right here with you on the desk, but are you ready for another title match here tonight?
Look, I'm very happy to have started off the momentum of title changes here. The question is, will Jada King be able to defy that momentum and hold on to hers, or will Olivia Bodum reign supreme and become the new Nemesis Women's Champion?
You know, the big question mark about this as well is Selena. Selena Adams announced that she was going to be challenging the winner of this match, and unfortunately we saw her get run over by a car. We don't have a medical update as of now, but we don't even know if she's here in Greece. As now Olivia Bodum makes her way to the ring. You know, again, do you think if you are in this matchup, Jay, do you after the events of last week, is Selena still in the back of your mind, or is that just a non-factor now?
Is that a non-factor? Listen, we cannot rule out the possibility that Selena Adams has manufactured all of this according to her design. Do you have any explicit proof that she was run over by a car, or could she have staged that whole thing to get inside the head of Olivia Bodum?
Dr. Wrestling Jr. found her unconscious in the parking lot. What are you talking about?
The medical opinions of Dr. Wrestling Jr. matter about as much as what I had for breakfast 2 months ago.
Well, I mean, regardless, you know, that I feel like it's a question that should be thought about here, at least. As Jada King makes her way to the ring, we know that she's already effectively cleaned out the division. She's beaten Selena Adams. She's beaten Pinball Witch. She's beaten Olivia Bodum here. The only people that she has not met in one-on-one action is Valkyrie, and that's somebody who's actually in the Supremacy Cup. So, you know, I don't think it's too much out of the realm of possibility where if Valkyrie wins the Supremacy Cup, she may challenge Jada King at Endgame. But that's then. This is now. Jada King is looking to effectively clean out the division once again.
Look, it's got to be extremely intimidating if you're Olivia Bodum looking across the ring at a competitor who has just been so dominant over the course of her time here on Nemesis, capturing that title in what must be record time. But I gotta say, if anyone is going to refuse to bow to intimidation, it's Bodum.
The following match is set for one fall and is for the Nemesis Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, representing Fatal Vices, the City of Wrath, Olivia Bodum. And your champion, weighing 185 pounds, from Harlem, New York, your Nemesis Women's Champion, the Queen of Harlem, Jada King.
As we see Jada King looking at that championship before she hands it off to our referee, you know, she holds that prize and she's very proud of it. But now it's her chance to prove that she is the most dominant champion. If she can clean out this division twice, what is next for Jada King after that?
I mean, she'll certainly have to find some kind of competition on this roster, but it looks like Olivia Bodum is not going to make this title challenge, you know, a walk in the park for Jada King. Looking to score a victory early here, but Jada King coming back strong, slipping out of that suplex attempt and tossing Bodum into the corner.
You know, Alex Mercer must be really happy about his client here, just for the fact that she lived up to everything she said she was going to be. If you combine her entire Genesis record with her entire Nemesis record, this woman has only lost 3 times. Once in tag team action and twice in title matches on Genesis. And that's it. Everything else other than that, she has completely just eradicated every other challenge in front of her.
And now with that huge suplex and kip up, she is showing exactly why she was able to earn that dominant record. Oh my goodness, spinning her around with that tornado DDT, planting the crown of the head straight on the canvas.
As now we see Jada King just stomp on the hand of Olivia Bodum. That is a very smart idea right there, because if you can't grip your fingers, you're not going to be able to go for any kind of maneuver that Olivia Bodum is good at, like the Tiger Driver or anything like that. As we see Jada King just kind of signal to the people here in Greece that she has arrived and this is her time.
She's got it locked in there, the triangle choke, but Bodum able to slip out. Crafty and strong as ever is Olivia Bodum, and she has certainly got to be bringing her A game if she wants even a shot at overcoming Jada King here. Catches her with a spinning back fist, double axe handle to the back. Oh, and here we go. Setting her for something big here. Has her up on the top.
What she got in mind here? She just got her up on the Tree of Woe, and now Olivia Bodum goes up top. Oh, she just drives her feet into Jada King's chest.
Best stomp in the Tree of Woe position, driving all the air out of her lungs, and maybe even cracking a rib. Olivia Bodum, certainly one of the more physically imposing women on the Nemesis roster, so if you don't want to have anything like that happen to you, it's definitely because of Olivia Bodum.
Now we hear the ref counting. He's up to a count of 2 as Jada King just drops Bodum, onto the steps, and then connects with a super kick right to the jaw. As now Jada King, she got caught in the fireman's carry. As now Olivia Bodum is trying to find the momentum to go back to her side, but Jada King is not giving her even an ounce.
So with the knee strike in the gut. Oh, looks for a big swing there, but caught by the super kick, and just a huge shoulder tackle there from Jada King, and she bows to the audience, displaying her huge, superior strength.
That was just Jada King is one of the cockiest and yet most dominant people that I have ever seen. You know, there's a level that you have to be at where it's no longer just cockiness. It's not even arrogance. It's just you knowing how good you are, as Olivia Bodum here just sends Jada King flying.
Going, oh, look at that. Able to kick out before even the count of 1. Stomp on the back of the neck. But that's not going to be enough to keep Jada King down. She's going to have to deliver a little bit, I was going to say more impactful offense, and she certainly does that, swinging her around and planting her down.
Now, what does Bodum have to do realistically to win this matchup and call herself the new champion?
Well, she's got to be able to kick out of the Harlem Heartache, that's for one thing, and I can't remember the last time I've seen someone do that in recent memory.
Oh, and it looks like right here, Olivia Bodum is going to be connected with a scorpion kick. She has actually knocked out people with that before. Is this going to be her time? Is Olivia Bodum the new women's champion too? But no, Jada King able to kick out before the 3, and you can see the disbelief in Bodum's face.
That scorpion kick planted right between the eyes could have been a clean knockout shot, but the resiliency of Jada King cannot be underestimated. Able to grab that front face lock. And now pushing her away. Oh, but caught with the kick. Olivia Bodum just too fast and able to nail the Tiger Driver.
And is that going to be enough? Has Olivia crowned herself the Nemesis Women's Champion for the first time in her career? But no, Jada King able to kick out again.
Olivia Bodum is not happy serving the role as the perennial almost girl. She wants this to be her time, her championship. But Jada King not willing to let it slip from her grasp, able to kick out of basically whatever Bodum's going to throw at her.
And now Jada King just going after the legs now of Olivia Bodum. And, you know, this has been such a meticulous pace here for Jada King. She knows exactly what she's going for. She knows exactly what her next target is. But it looks like Olivia Bodum is not going to let her take any more control as she now connects with the short arm clotheslines and doesn't let go as she picks up Jada King for a 3rd time and a 3rd short arm clothesline. Olivia Bodum now is trying to drag Jada King closer to the ropes. Oh, look at that. She's trying to use the ropes to get the championship. Now the Sin of Wrath is starting to just see red.
Look, she's getting desperate. She's doing whatever she has to do to get the win over Jada King here. But once again, the front face lock applied. Wrenching on the arm. Picks her up. Oh, and turns her around with that suplex slam.
Now Jada King setting up here. Could she finally be going for it? Are we about to see the Harlem Heartache? She's got her up on the shoulders, and she just plants her down. The Harlem Heartache connects, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for Olivia Bodum. Jada King retains the Nemesis Women's Championship once again.
The winner of the match, and still your Nemesis Women's Champion, the Queen of Harlem, Jada King.
Who is next on the domination tour of Jada King?
I mean, if you have the speed of Valkyrie or the strength of Olivia Bodum, it seems no matter what you have, you cannot overcome this absolute beast of a champion.
Well, we've got another exciting matchup coming up next as Jada King makes her way to the back as she has again retained this championship. Now, I'm scared for this match here, Jay. I'm not going to lie. Damian Morrigan has been unstable the past week, and I don't use that term loosely. It's kind of scary trying to talk to him recently. And the fact that he's going to be coming out here to face Ken Warlock, this is just going to be fireworks on another level.
I mean, Damian Morgan has always had an air of the unknown about him, and perhaps the perfect person to pierce that veil is Ken Warlock.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 325 pounds, from Belfast, Ireland, Damian Morrigan.
Once again, as always, Damian Morrigan just making his way to the ring with such a somber tone to everything. And, you know, it's always a little jarring for me to be out here and seeing Damon Morgan approach the ring, because everybody in the arena just stays quiet. He's such a commanding presence, and it's honestly, it's scary sometimes. I can't think of a different word than just describing it as terrifying.
No, it is scary. Look, I'm not going to disagree with you there. He's got this eerie presence. It puts everyone on edge. It's almost like you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck raise up. You feel goosebumps crawling along your arms. Whenever Damian Morgan is in front of us, something is just not quite right. And I think Ken Warlock is looking to bring that to light here in the clash between these two. A Titan Clash, if you will.
Now, the question remains, Ken Warlock has sought out this beast inside of Damian Morgan. He wants to bring it out. He says that he's not afraid of this alleged thing that's happening with Damian Morgan. And quite frankly, I don't know exactly what Ken Warlock is thinking or planning on doing here, but I don't like the sound of it. And if I know Ken Warlock like I have the past year, Damian Morgan needs to watch out.
And his opponent, representing Fatal Vices, from Vice City, the Sin of Greed, Ken Warlock.
Well, here he comes, the leader of the Fatal Vices. You know, Ken Warlock he's drawn out people's power like nobody before. Before Zach Anderson was who he is now, he was a great competitor, but he was having a little bit of trouble putting it all together. And now, Zach Anderson, you saw how much damage he took from John Spartacus to put him out. And, you know, Zach Anderson has just been on an absolute warpath. Can you imagine if Ken Warlock is able to do the same for Damian Morgan here?
I mean, it would certainly be impressive and definitely in his wheelhouse. I'm not exactly sure what is going to transpire in the fight between these two, but if Damian Morgan has his way, it's going to be extremely violent.
And here we see Damian Morgan behind Ken Warlock. This is going to be a interesting contest. I've been very excited all night, and quite frankly, this is the first time where I can't say that I'm excited. I'm intrigued, and I'm scared to see what Ken Warlock does to Damian Morgan, what his plan is, as both men are right here getting started. Let's hope that the same thing doesn't happen that happened at Global Warning. Okay, good. It's not going to happen.
Taking his legs out from under him with the kitchen sink and following up with that kick to the chest. Damian Morgan is certainly having a worse time than he normally would when you're up against the ring against another competitor straight off the bat. I mean, due to his huge size, he's almost never the underdog.
And Damian Morgan has nothing to be upset about, honestly. He just needs a little bit more experience here in the CWL to be one of the top elite competitors. He's taking a really good fight from a lot of people, if we're being honest here. Damian Morgan has what it takes to be one of the top stars here. Just like Zach Anderson, he just needs to put it all together.
I mean, and he is looking to spell that out in blood as he follows up with those elbows, those sharp forearms right across the forehead of Ken Warlock. It's very easy to make a man bleed if you hit him right there, and Ken Warlock certainly knows that. He needs to be on the defensive, and he's doing exactly that with the Dragon Screw leg whip. Very difficult if you're a big man to keep up that power when you don't have your legs under you.
And now here we see Damian Morgan connect with the short arm clothesline here as the referee begins to count. They do have until the count of 20 to get back inside the ring, but it looks like Damian Morgan has answered that, and he's just going to go inside the ring.
Picking him up here. Oh, look at the strength. A deadlift powerbomb, spiking him down on the canvas.
As now he drags him into the center of the ring. Damian Morgan going for the gut kick there. And now just bowing down.
Join us. 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 Join us.
Okay, the lights just went out and we're back. And what the hell is this?
I don't completely understand, but I mean, he has the size of Damian Morgan, but definitely not the same attire. Who is this individual? I mean, Ken Warlock's fine with locking up with him like nothing just happened, but I don't completely understand what we just witnessed or what happened in the arena.
Okay, the lights went out, the Vice Magic BS that always happens whenever Ken Warlock is around or Jessica Scarberry is around. They come back on, and all of a sudden, Damian Morgan is gone, and this creature is here now fighting Warlock. Hold on. Is this the beast that Damian Morgan was warning us about?
Look, I don't believe in legends. I don't believe in folktales. I don't believe in myths, but I mean, this might just change my mind. If this is that legendary beast that Damian Morgan was telling us about, and that he's teased for so long, that he's hinted at, I mean, I've talked with him about it. I've talked with him about it before. I've spoken with him at length, of course, before his CWL tenure. I don't completely understand what we're getting ourselves into here, but it's certainly not looking good for Ken Warlock.
I'm at a loss for words. Has Warlock finally unlocked the inner power of Damian Morgan? Is that what we're witnessing right now?
I think we're going to find out based on the outcome to this match just how powerful Damian Morgan ends up being as a result of this, well, transformation.
I mean, for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to say that this is Damian Morgan. I don't know where he went. I don't know who this is or what this is. But, I mean, Warlock is still continuing to fight, and this thing is continuing to fight Ken Warlock himself as well.
Plants him down there with the pump handle slam. I'm just going to say, yeah, Damian Morgan here. Ken Warlock able to get back inside the ring. But Morgan grabs the feet and drags Warlock outside here. Looks like the referee has come to the conclusion that this is Morgan as well, or else he would have called for a disqualification.
I mean, what do you do in this scenario?
If I was a CWL referee, I'd either assume it was Damian Morgan, or I'd call this match off in Ken Warlock's favor. It looks like he's opted for the former, and Warlock once again trying to take this match back inside the ropes.
I mean, we do have the referees do have the discretion here in the CWL. They can make the calls that they see fit, but now we're just seeing Damian Morgan, I guess we're gonna call him that. We're just gonna go with it as the Dragon Sleeper connects, but Ken Warlock was able to get out of it with a knee to the head.
Get with the times, Mr. Chairman. That's Damian Morgan. Get used to it. Oh, but caught with the knee once again, right on the underside of the jaw, right on the chin there from Ken Warlock. Pinpoint accuracy sends Damian Morgan rolling to the outside, and then that spear sends him onto the floor.
Now the referee continues to count once again as Ken Warlock sends Damian Morgan back inside and goes for the pinfall here. Is this going to be enough to put away Damian Morgan? Not even a 2 count as this beast just manages to get out of that maneuver there.
Aiming that kick to the top of the head, turns around and plants him down with the Revengeance.
The Revengeance could be enough here. And is this going to be enough? But no. Damian Morgan kicks out of the Revengeance, and now Warlock needs to look for something different to put away the beast.
And I think you know what he's looking for here. A move that served him very well. The 9th circle.
The ninth circle may have just put away this beast here too, but no! That's one of Ken Warlock's best maneuvers that we rarely see.
Damian Morgan just getting right out of it. It's almost bouncing off of him like a raindrop on a washboard, and then following back up, huge palm across the face, and then catches him with the lariat. Damian Morgan was unaffected by that strike.
If Damian Morgan was hard to take out before, what does it mean now?
Blasted him on the ring there with that gut wrench suplex. I want to be able to answer your question, Mr. Chairman, but I'm not sure that I can. Laying in the choke slam, just compressing the spine of Ken Warlock against the boards under the canvas.
Now here we see the Beast being a little bit shook by the fact that Ken Warlock just got out of that choke slam there, but now setting up possibly, there it is, the Mother's Curse. That was Damian Morgan's best ability. Has it been enough to put away Warlock? No, a 2.9. Warlock is able to kick out.
These men have both laid in their best shots, but it seems that it's not enough. They're going to have to take it up a level if they want to put each other down permanently. Corner. Oh, what's he looking for here? Kicks. Oh my goodness. Trapping Damian Morgan in the corner and just laying in those kicks. Shot after shot, battering the chest. But Damian Morgan storms right back and sends him flying with that shoulder charge. Warlock fires up. Nails him with the European uppercut. Nails him with the kitchen sink, sending him off his feet.
And now Warlock just drops the knee to the head there of the Beast as Warlock picks him up once again. And oh, I think he was going to go for a choke slam there, but instead misjudged the distance. Warlock instead going for a multitude of strikes here, ending with a knee to the head as the Beast looks to be in a little bit of trouble here. It looks a little bit staggered.
Is he going to look? I was going to say, is he going to look for that choke slam once again? But it looks like instead he's going to try to put him up on the shoulders and just spike him with the ninth circle.
The second ninth circle connects, and this could be all she wrote for the Beast. But I don't even know what just happened here, Jay. Ken Warlock just took out a Beast.
The winner of the match, the Sin of Greed, Ken Warlock.
I'm scared to think of the fact that the Fatal Vices may have not only just unlocked a beast inside Damian Morgan, but may now possibly be in control of it.
Look, we still have yet to see the exact relation between this new iteration of Damian Morgan and the Fatal Vices, but there's so much more I want to know. I guess I'll just have to wait for my answers, but there's so much more that we have to come here. Speaking of things to come, here on the Titan Clash card, up next we've got TJ Black defending that Twitch Championship against Samuel Black.
You know, Samuel Black made a statement when he defeated the then #1 contender, Johnny Gemini, because this was supposed to be Johnny Gemini's spot. Yes, Samuel Black lost that match, but he did enough damage to where Johnny Gemini couldn't even be here in Thessaly. And, you know, he's been not medically cleared. So now he gets a one-on-one match for the Twitch Championship.
The following match is set for one fall and is for the Twitch Championship. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, Samuel Black.
Now, Samuel Black has a chance of a lifetime here. He has been chasing after this Twitch Championship for months now, actually. I believe since Mary Mayhem. So that's about 5 months now of chasing it. And he finally gets his opportunity here, one-on-one, against one of the most dominant champions we have had in the CWL for quite some time.
Absolutely. He has had his eyes firmly set on this prize, and he is going to look to leave TJ Black laying in the wreckage.
I'm excited to see what Samuel Black does here in this matchup because, like we mentioned before, he is very dangerous. He doesn't stop just going for the jugular, if you will. And we saw him attack TJ Black backstage last week to really drive the point home that he's going after that championship.
Absolutely. And this is what he's going to need to do. He's going to need to overwhelm TJ with his power and endure the resiliency. Find that inner strength to get out of that sleeper hold.
And your champion, weighing 215 pounds, from Salt Lake City, Utah, your Twitch champion, the Loaded Gun, TJ Black.
And here he comes, the Twitch champion, the man who has been putting people to sleep through all of Season 4, and looks like Samuel Black is next on his list as he intends to defend his Twitch championship once again.
You know, it was almost kind of like the sun was finally coming out whenever Drake Harrison took the Twitch championship away from TJ Black. But TJ Black has been so dominant. He came in here with a fake championship to challenge Drake Harrison at Battle Lines, and just as soon as the sun was starting to come out, the clouds went right back down, and TJ Black reclaimed that championship.
Absolutely. This whole title has just been shrouded in darkness ever since TJ Black put it around his waist. But maybe, just maybe, Samuel Black will prove to be the bane of that darkness and restore a little glory to the championship.
And, you know, I think it's funny to think to go from a champion like TJ Black to a champion to like Samuel Black. It's the same type of thing, except TJ Black gets in your face and he's very confident in his skills. And, you know, he's earned his keep. Samuel Black, on the other hand, doesn't say much. He doesn't say much. He just goes in, wreck shop, and then that's it. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic if we do go from TJ Black to Samuel Black as our Twitch champion. And here the people in Greece, they're ready for this matchup, and so am I. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get this match started, but hold on one second. What? Wait, he's not supposed to be. What?
Weighing in at 205 pounds, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Johnny Gemini.
Johnny Gemini, injured or not, he wants his shot at the purple title, and he is certainly sporting the colors to match. He wants that title wrapped firmly around his waist. He is not going to let any battering or bruising stop him. He is entering himself into this match and making it a triple threat, it looks like.
But he wasn't even on the plane with us when we came to Greece.
Look, he must have found some other, chartered transportation. Perhaps he called in a favor from his old friend John Spartacus, and maybe that's where he got the cape from as well. I mean, look, he is looking here to not only reign supreme, but to have everyone in this crowd witness his glory.
Hold on, let me get with Tommy Hazard here real quick to see if this is actually a triple threat match. 1 second.
Text away. I'll eagerly wait as this action unfolds.
All right, apparently the contract was amended just a few minutes ago before we got started here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is officially now a triple threat match, one fall to a finish. Whoever gets the first pinfall or submission is going to be the Twitch champion. And you know that TJ Black is not happy about that development at all.
I mean, look, this may be the best opportunity that these competitors have to take that title away from TJ Black. It doesn't matter if he's able to lock in that sleeper hold on one, when another challenger could just as quickly break it up. And not to mention, they could pin each other. TJ Black doesn't have to be pinned or submitted for the title to change hands.
And that's exactly why you know that TJ Black is not happy about this. Especially also because Johnny Gemini was the official, original #1 contender.
Look, he wanted to do everything he could to make sure that he didn't have to face Johnny Gemini, but it looks like all of his machinations, his scheming, his plans were for naught as Johnny Gemini gets ready here to take TJ Black as soon as he gets up from just battering Samuel.
And this is a different sight that we're used to seeing from TJ Black, or even Samuel Black as a whole. Samuel Black does not get taken down easily like that, and the fact that TJ Black just mauled him like that just goes to show how serious the Twitch champion is about retaining his championship.
Absolutely, but what we have to remember is that TJ Black still has so many tools in his arsenal that could be absolutely deadly for Johnny Gemini to take. I mean, if he's able to hit the buckshot on Johnny Gemini with his injured ribs, that could be very, very dangerous.
And now we see Johnny Gemini with all the tape around his body getting back in the ring, and he's taking a little bit of space between him and the action. And we know that Johnny Gemini is not at 100%. And the fact that he even showed up here, I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm being honest.
He is showing the fans that he is willing to persevere over any odds to get that championship. But when you're up against someone with the strength, the skill, the speed of TJ Black, it might not matter.
And the fact that Johnny Gemini he's so motivated to bring glory back to the Twitch championship because he says that TJ Black is a disgrace for holding it. Johnny Gemini is determined to come in here and just break TJ Black in half after that half and half suplex. And that could be all she wrote for TJ Black, as now Gemini and Samuel are inside the ring.
And now, once again, a move that we have become very accustomed to on this particular show, that knee-assisted camel clutch, and now battering him with the knee. Following up with the running knee strike, Johnny Gemini putting Samuel Black on the canvas, back on the pine, but super kick right to the back of the head.
The super kick was to the back of the head, and TJ Black is going to continue the assault here, going after all the injuries that Johnny Gemini has suffered. Oh! And look at that, Samuel Black just does a senton.
Out of absolutely nowhere, breaking up the offense between these two individuals, but now sent into the corner, drop kick to the back, Johnny Gemini back on his feet, eyes locked on Samuel Black, able to hit TJ in the side of the head with that bell clap, but still focusing on Samuel.
You know, you always have to keep eyes on the back of your head in a triple threat match. But when you are here against people like TJ Black, against Samuel Black, they are so dangerous, and you're not at 100%. If Johnny Gemini actually walks out of this matchup as the Twitch champion, this arena is going to blow.
Now raking the eyes, very smart on the part of TJ Black, Going for another one of those bicycle knee strikes that has served him so well so far, and another super kick.
Johnny Gemini now rolls to the outside as Samuel Black gets back up to his feet. TJ Black doesn't know it's coming, but he decides to go after Johnny Gemini instead. And these three just jockeying for position as now it looks like a beautiful German suplex connects from Gemini to TJ as Samuel Black connects with a big boot to the side of Johnny Gemini. And now this is Samuel's opportunity to possibly capture the Twitch Championship for himself.
Johnny Gemini managed to fold TJ in half like an accordion, but it looks like their eyes are firmly locked on, on Samuel Black as opposed to TJ. Perhaps they should be focusing more on dealing damage to the champion. Oh, perhaps Samuel Black heard me from all the way over there as he looks to powerbomb TJ Black into oblivion.
And that's what he did to him in the backstage area, except he did it right onto a chair. So you know that TJ Black's lower back is not at 100%. As now Samuel Black has got TJ Black up, and now he just plants him down. This could be it. Samuel Black just needs to pin TJ, and he could call himself the Twitch champion. The referee's right there. 1. Oh, not even a... Wait, that was a 2 count. It was so close to a 3, though.
I would call that a 1.75 if you had to ask. If we had to be precise, we had to be mathematicians about it. But TJ Black not able to get out of this. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that full Nelson slam, but Johnny Gemini broke it up.
The full Nelson slam is a very devastating maneuver for Samuel Black. I don't know how smart of an idea it was for Johnny Gemini to break it up. And now Samuel Black drags Johnny to the middle of the ring, and he looks like he wants to finish the job that he started 2 weeks ago.
Johnny Gemini's strategy is immaculate. Even though the damage had not been done to TJ with that full Nelson slam, he saw an opening. He saw an opportunity there to take Samuel Black down. Unfortunately, he was not able to capitalize on it, or unfortunately for him, I should say, as here we go.
That's it. The chokehold's in. The chokehold's in.
Oh my goodness, and Samuel Black not able to break up the submission hold in time. Johnny Gemini passed out, and TJ Black is still the Twitch champion.
I think Samuel Black was just still a little bit disoriented after that pyramid scheme from TJ Black, to where he wasn't fully aware of what was going on, and it gave TJ Black the opportunity to connect with that sleeper hold that put the lights out on Johnny Gemini, and TJ Black is still your Twitch champion.
The winner of the match, and still your Twitch champion, the loaded guy, TJ Black.
No matter who you put in front of him, TJ Black is always going to come out on top, according to him. And he just proved it right here as he walks out of that triple threat match, still the Twitch champion. But ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for the main event here in Thessaly, Greece?
Absolutely. I mean, look, these two women have been dominating the Nemesis side of the Supremacy Cup bracket, and Cassidy Clark looks to score a huge victory here over Valkyrie. Valkyrie, of course, looking for a little bit of redemption. Who is going to come out on top in this contest?
It's going to be the two most prestigious points of the cup for either woman, and you know that the stakes are high.
The main event of Titan Clash is set for one fall and is part of the Supremacy Cup. Introducing first, weighing 115 pounds, from London, England, Cassidy Clark.
Cassidy Clark now approaches the ring, so far having a perfect record here in the Supremacy Cup, but now possibly one of her toughest challenges yet as she faces Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie is one of the women that actually holds a submission victory over Cassidy Clark. So all the pressure is on her right now to perform. And you know, people here in Greece, they love Valkyrie, and this is almost like a homecoming for her.
And her opponent, weighing 121 pounds, from Helsinki, Finland, Valkyrie!
And you know, we mention it every time she comes out, but that's because it is such a prestigious and important accolade. Valkyrie was, of course, the inaugural Queen of Genesis champion. She is looking to replicate that success here on the main roster by dominating, by rushing through, by just scoring every point she can here in the Supremacy Cup, and that continues with Cassidy Clark and her path. Of course, Valkyrie was the one who was able to put a loss on the record of Cassidy Clark, the first one she suffered in CWL. So you know there's a lot of animosity between these women as this contest continues, or starts off in our main event.
Now, can you imagine, actually, what it would be like if the roles were reversed? Valkyrie hasn't lost a match here on the main roster yet, and now Cassidy Clark has an opportunity to actually take that away from her, and again, gain 2 more points on the Nemesis side of the Supremacy Cup.
I mean, look, they both know just how high the stakes are, not only in terms of the Supremacy Cup, but also in terms of their personal feelings for each other. The 15-minute time limit starts now. These two women choosing to avoid the traditional lockup in favor of just brutalizing each other with forearms and then a DDT there from Valkyrie.
Well, they know exactly what they have to do to take each other out because they can't spend too much energy. They can't think that this is going to be a long match. They got to do it as fast as possible because they got to conserve that gas tank. They have more matches after this in the Supremacy Cup in future weeks, but then they also have to think about the Iron Woman match that they're going to be having at Supremacy if either of them does win the Nemesis bracket.
Now, I was going to say trying to hang her up on the ropes here, but Valkyrie was too quick, able to jet those elbows right into the sternum of Cassidy Clark, looking for the hip strike. Oh, but able to nail her with the Famouser instead.
As now as the first minute expires, we can see both women landing beautiful shots on each other. DDTs galore on both sides. And now it looks like Cassidy Clark is looking to take advantage here and be the first one to gain the first considerable size of momentum. But Valkyrie reverses it and now brings it to her side.
Now, arm drag takeover there from Cassidy Clark. Boot to the face. Oh, and then another one right on the side of the knee there, weakening, of course, that leg-based offense that Valkyrie loves to employ. Of course, finishes matches with it sooner rather than later, and now nailing the moonsault.
And now Valkyrie here, what she's got in mind, she's going to drive that knee right to the back of Cassidy Clark's neck, almost as if just taunting her that she knows that she's better than her. Valkyrie now going for the pinfall, though. Only a kick out at 1.
Now, nailing that shin across the back, across the shoulders and the spine of Cassidy Clark. But now, Clark back to her feet. That's bad news for Valkyrie, as she's now unable to enjoy her height advantage and got the rear necklock locked in.
And you're right, that's actually something we didn't discuss at all. Cassidy Clark does have a considerable height advantage over Valkyrie, so that maybe that could come in play in the later parts of this matchup.
I mean, the question is, how is it going to come into play right now? Valkyrie needs to keep Cassidy Clark on the ground. If she's able to stay up on her feet, she is going to be able to enjoy the advantage that her rangy limbs provide. But if she's on the ground, like Valkyrie is right now, it's going to be a lot harder for her to enjoy, for her to utilize those same opportunities. But once again, the Famouser just crashing the face of Cassidy Clark against the canvas.
And now, once again, the jawbreaker connects from Cassidy Clark. And once again, that floating, rotating DDT that Cassidy Clark just does so well as she flips over Valkyrie to her stomach and now stomps out the arm. 3 minutes have passed in this matchup, and neither of these women have gained a considerable lead over the other.
Now, wrenching back on the arm, almost popping it out of the shoulder. In fact, she might have popped it out of the shoulder. We're not quite able to tell at this point. We'll be able to see what condition Valkyrie is in as this match progresses. Has her up on the turnbuckle. Oh, and looks for that high hip attack. but Valkyrie able to take over. I think it's safe to say that her shoulder is not dislocated, as she was able to propel herself around for that head scissors attack with her arms.
And a beautiful leg whip right there on the injured, possibly formerly injured knee of Valkyrie, as we always see her come out with that brace. We're not entirely sure the extent of the damage to that knee, but Cassidy Clark seems to be targeting a little bit extra today. As now Valkyrie going for the pinfall here, but 4 minutes in, Cassidy Clark is not letting go.
And this could, in fact, go to a time limit draw if these women are not careful. Stomps on the face. Oh, and looking for perhaps a gator roll here. Wrenching back on the neck and on the face. Turns it around. Got the crossface locked in. Decides to let her go, I see.
And now Valkyrie could be setting up here for the Valkyrie DDT possibly. He's got the arm wrench. The hammer locks in. Got the leg. And look at that. The Valkyrie DDT connects. We got possibly a winner here. We're only 4.5 minutes into the matchup. But Cassidy Clark able to kick out of one of Valkyrie's most deadly maneuvers.
Gets that shoulder up, and in the end, it is not enough. Oh, look at that. Head scissors counter, kind of mimicking the offense that Valkyrie was able to get on her earlier in the match. And now clocking her with the forearm, turns it around, absolutely plants her with the Devil's Lullaby.
Now going for the pinfall. Is this going to be it? Has Cassidy Clark picked up a victory? And Cassidy Clark has defeated Valkyrie here in the main event of Titan Clash.
Getting her revenge and those 2 additional points for the Supremacy Cup bracket, no less. Extremely impressive performance from Cassidy Clark, representing the Kingsmen in excellent fashion here in the Titan Clash main event.
The winner of the main event, Cassidy Clark.
Possibly the most significant win of Cassidy Clark's Supremacy Cup run has come to fruition. And that is all the action we have for you guys here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week for more Vindication and Nemesis action. Have a great night, everyone.